Mysuara FM, Citra Generasi Informatif. Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Shafiqah. I'll be replacing Ridwan this week, the new host for Hot Talk, for your new Hot Talk segment, who is currently away for a work vacation, I think. I'm not sure if it's a work vacation or work trip in Phuket. And also here with me, we have a good friend of mine, a columnist, Shamil Norshidi. Please say hi.
Hello, do I talk into this?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
we talk into that. And then also here with me is Zazilia Muhammad Rawi, a youth parliamentarian and the vice president of Women Malay Student Association for Selangor.
Hello.
Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, so today our hot topic is beauty is at the eye of the beholder. What do you think we're gonna talk about? Are we gonna talk about beauty? We're not exactly gonna talk about how to put on your makeup or how to curl your hair. We will be talking about how ads socialize us to think and accept certain standards of beauty, and how media over the years have created this image of perfection that made young girls and women believe that they need to look a certain way in order to achieve in life. What do you guys think about it, guys?
Yeah, it's a good topic.
It's good.
I would have loved to hear, how to put on makeup, but I'm
We'll do that
satisfied with
next
this
time.
topic.
We'll have a video tutorial.
Yes.
Yeah. But what do you guys think about this perception of beauty that's being created by media?
Well, ads is something we can all relate to. I just wrote about this recently over last week.
Yes.
And we started talking about the Pepsi commercial. Can I drop company names? Can boleh kan? So the Pepsi commercial, we all seen it. The Kylie Jenner.
Kendall Jenner?
It's Kendall Jenner. Sorry, dalam orang.
He must be
There's too
really
many.
nervous
There's too
that he
many.
picked the wrong name.
There's too many Jenners. there's too many Jenners. Apa? And then so basically, the reason it got so viral and people were going crazy about this Pepsi commercial was because it's trivializing to the Black Lives Matter movement, the marches happening all across US. Tapi, what I wanted to focus on in the article was how Kendall Jenner, Kendall Jenner, her representation in that ad actually is something we don't really talk about as a society. The very fact that she was chosen to be in the ad by Pepsi. Ads reveal a lot about the society you live in. For one instance, like in Europe, you can have ads where the message is not that direct, where advertisers kind of trust consumers to try and be more intuitive with the ads, try to figure out what the ad is talking about. But here in Malaysia, the ads are kind of direct. They say, look, here's a product. It's good for cleaning your
it's
clothes.
more subtle, right?
In Malaysia?
I mean overseas.
Overseas,
Like
in
here,
Europe.
yeah.
Specifically in Europe, they kind of make you think. But here in Malaysia,
It's more direct.
it's more
The
direct.
message is more
Here's a bottle of water. It's great. You drink it.
That's true.
So it gives you a lot. It signals a lot about the society you live in. And the fact that I focused on Kylie Jenner was because when advertisers choose the actresses and actors they want to be associated with, because the minute you put someone famous with your ad, they're always going to be associated with your product. So ideally, advertisers want to choose actress that a society accepts as acceptable, attractive, and someone girls would or men would want to be.
Yes, exactly. So what you're trying to say is like they would pick an actress that would portray the image of their company. So basically, like Pepsi is trying to portray like their image is this white blonde girl. I mean, she's not exactly blonde, but I mean like this white girl. I mean that's the kind of image that they're portraying. And then I know that in the Pepsi advertisement they're trying to portray unity, but then I don't think that's the right message that's the kind of message that I get when I was watching the advertisement, right?
It was it was trivializing to the movements that's happening across the US, but again,
it's a lot of hidden message. Like when you come to think about it, like what are the underlying message of this advertisement? What are they trying to portray? Whereas in Malaysia, we see more direct message from the ads. Like for example, I'm sure we all know about this very famous catchy phrase line of Datuk Vida.
Yeah. I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Like, obviously what she's trying to say is like, you should drink this supplement so that you look fair.
Fair.
Right.
That's what you need to look fair. And what have you got to say about that, Zazi?
Actually, I'm not into this kind of
What an honest answer. There's not even a topic today.
no, not the topic per se. I'm saying like I don't watch TV that much. I don't really condone to all these advertisements and all these billboards, pictures, magazines. I don't really support that because for me, when you look at it, you tend to get sucked into it. Like
Yes.
when you open up magazines and you start seeing, oh my god, these girls are so beautiful, they're pretty, why am I not looking like that? It gets to that point. So I don't really like that. But yeah, I'm guilty as well to once in a while. I read.
Well, we're girls.
Yeah,
But I
we're
mean,
girls, so yeah.
You're talking about the more.
Go and dodge in magazines,
Yeah, once in a while.
movies, and you would want to look like someone. When you look
Yeah.
at them, and you'll be like, oh, they have the perfect body. I want to be like that too.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, you can't help. It's human nature.
Yeah, we get
But
influenced to it.
you're talking more of the direct, like I'm going to go into this magazine and look at it. But scientifically, ads are never meant to be something you pay attention to.
Are you sure about that?
Exactly, because ads are supposed to attract your subconscious. The minute your show stops and an ad goes on, it's scientifically proven that your brain kind of turns off. And when your brain, your conscious turns off, your subconscious is wide open. And that's why ads are kind of repetitive. You see them again and again until you memorize it. And when you memorize it, you become familiar with that ad, with that product. And science shows that you are more likely to buy things that you're familiar with.
I agree.
And
I
that's
think
where-
it's like your
yeah.
subconscious mind, and then I think that's very alarming, especially like we see a lot more ads that says that it seems like the message that they're trying to tell us is like white is the color to be, to quote my friend here.
Yeah. So again, like with Kylie Jenner, she is the ideal beauty in America.
So is it really about the product or the person that carrying the product? Which one is it?
Again,
Right?
so the
So-
yeah, the
can
product
go.
would want to associate with a person that they know society accepts. So Kylie Jenner did Kendall. Sorry, there's a lot. Kendall Jenner is someone that they knew. Okay, the society will accept her as beautiful. She is, in their standards, skinny, straight hair, big eyes.
Yeah.
She's got the body,
Pointed
right?
nose.
So she's top of the table. That's where every girl would want to be.
Because every girl.
So
look at
again,
the
yeah.
advertisement and they'll be like, okay, I want to be like Kendall Jenner. I'm gonna drink Pepsi and it's gonna make me feel
Mm.
like I'm a Kendall Jenner. And I think that's the kind of message that they're trying to send.
So back to Malaysia, what's the ideal beauty that advertisers would want to be associated with in Malaysia that most Malaysians will accept? Okay, this is the ideal beauty.
I'm sure we've seen those ads, like where there's this girl with dark complexion, like with
Can I?
probably with a bit of acne here and
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and like and then she has a guy that she likes, but then the guys that she likes will reject her because she's not exactly like the image of beauty to the public,
Mm.
and she start using this beauty product, and then she turned into this really flawless, fair, good looking goddess, and then all of a sudden all the guys started chasing after her, and then the guys that she admires start chasing after her too and ask her out, and it's those kind of happy ending that you get on ads all the time. And then who said that you need to be fair in order to have someone to love you or in order to be somebody in life, right?
And then we don't really know who to point to because, again, are we really going to fault advertisers because they're just trying to appeal to what society accepts as normal? So who's to blame? Is it the chicken or the egg? Where does the issue really come from?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty much egg and chicken issue here that we have. But then I feel like women are constantly being exploited in media.
Yes,
And
that's true. That's true.
Women are now being used women are being objectified more and more as days goes by, and women are nothing more than to attract. It feels like women are nothing more than to attract consumers' attention to the product that the firms want to sell, which is pretty. We talk about equality all the time. There's a better representation of women in workforce, but then we don't realize about all these little things that are happening. These little things actually means a lot because women are prone to sexual harassment
Right.
and a lot of other things.
So, Jean Kilbourne, was a great kind of figurehead internationally, as it's someone who really voices. She started out as a model, then she quit modeling because she realized that the way people were treating her was, so objectified, like you said, treating her body as an object. And so she started taking out pictures from magazines, putting on her refrigerator, and then she started to really notice over time that it's amazing how we portray women. This objectified, we use their bodies to sell objects, and the reason she was so worried, because the minute you objectify a woman's body, that's the first step to sexual violence. And in a world where women are living in threat of sexual violence all the time,
Exactly.
that's a huge. She goes back to.
It's very threatening. It can be very, very threatening at times. But first of all, I think we need to move on
Okay.
to our first song, not to our next song. And our next song, it's gonna be "Just the Way You Are" by Bruno Mars. It's about
Very
accepting
fitting.
yourself. Accepting whoever you are, accepting your flaws. So let's.
Why are you
listen
looking
to
at me?
this song. Mysuara FM, Citra Generasi Informative. Okay, we're back again with us with our topic, beauty is at the eye of the beholder. So these days we see a growing obsession of fair skin, flawless, glowing, 360 filtered skin, right? We see all girls wanting to have this, super glowy skin, and media plays a very, very big role in our life. Little that we know. I mean, we have social media that we interact every day, probably every second, every minute. We are interacting with social media. Advertisement can be anywhere, and it can also be in social media these days. And it is very influential as they change our perception of the ideal woman. It forms the image of this ideal woman in our head, and it kind of tell us how women should act or look like. And how I'm gonna ask you guys, what's the ideal perfection of a woman in your mind?
For me,
Yeah.
okay, since I'm a woman, and I think my own opinion, right? I prefer someone who's more real as in they don't put too much effort on looking really good for themselves, because I think everyone, I mean, like girls, they're naturally already good looking. It's just the matter of if you're looking at them and comparing them to the standard beauty that the media portrayed, then of course they're not gonna go anywhere there.
Yeah.
So I believe that every girl, when they're born with that beauty of themselves. So for me, if you just carry yourself just the way that you are, then I guess that's beautiful. And that's enough. I don't mind.
Macam lagu tadi.
Yeah.
Just
From the
the
song.
way you
Oops.
are.
Okay, so like basically for me, it doesn't matter if you wear too much makeup. It's up to you. You wear too
It's
much
up to
makeup.
you.
It's up to you, because that's if
It's your autonomy.
yeah.
It's your
If
self-autonomy.
you feel good when you wear makeup, it's fine as long as you feel good.
Yeah.
Okay, if
It's
you
what
don't,
you feel that
yeah.
matters.
If you don't wear makeup, it's fine either for me. And if you wear little makeup, natural makeup, goth makeup, whatever kind of makeup, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's
Up to
fine.
you.
For
Do
me, it's
whatever
fine.
You want
Yeah.
with yourself. Whatever makes
Yeah.
you feel good.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you radiate good vibes. That's
Yeah.
what matters.
Yep.
But then, what many girls and probably even women out there do not realize is that the picture that we see, the girl that we see on the screen, they have a full face of makeup done, hair done, and probably even Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Yes.
And the image is very constructed. It's very artificial. It's not even real. But then yet, our subconscious mind always buy what the media are trying to
Yeah.
sell to us.
Agree.
I mean, there's Cindy Crawford. Is she a model? She a model?
Yeah,
or
she's a
like-
model.
Cindy Crawford once said famously, "I wish I looked like Cindy Crawford because she."
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean she's kind of saying that the posters that they put up of her don't resemble her naturally.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like you're being beautiful in that ideal beauty, it's actually unattainable. regardless what you're trying to do. You do countless surgeries or
Yeah.
Which comes back
Yeah.
to the title of our hot talk topic with, beauty is at the eye of the
it's very
beholder.
subjective actually.
We
very subjective.
we get those cases in North Korea, in Korea,
Yeah.
South Korea, where
South Korea.
girls they turn 16 and then for birthday gift they get to go to
surgery, yeah.
get their eyes bigger. So
Yeah.
you ask about ideal beauty, I mean society would tell us that in Malaysia is also fair
Yes,
skin,
fair
straight
skin.
hair, big eyes,
Yep.
tall nose, and slim. Gotta be
Yes.
slim.
Slim
That's-
and small, which comes back to me because I'm pretty like for me I'm not petite.
I'm pretty lucky because
So,
I'm really petite.
yeah, so
But guys,
Okay.
it's not exactly the best situation. Come on, guys. Because
But yeah,
I'm really petite.
I notice Malaysian men prefer like small petite
Wait,
girls.
she's
No,
gonna
really,
just
really.
lump all
No,
of
no,
us
no.
into that.
I'm
No, it's true, it's
serious.
true,
But
it's true.
it's true, right?
It's true.
Really,
Psychologically, we've been
Yeah.
socialized to think, okay,
Exactly.
we go for that girl. She's got the perfect waist. We're gonna go nak kahwin.
Yeah.
Oh wow, is that
Cantik
Are we on air? I'm just
we're on air.
Okay,
So
but
I'm gonna ask you, what's your ideal?
for guys,
Yeah.
for
as a
guys,
guy.
Yeah.
for guys, if you notice, even in Hollywood here in Malaysia, it's
What's-
buff.
what's
You gotta be
beautiful for
buff. You gotta have that V body. Zul Arifin. That's the ideal kind of body you would have, and it's always very muscular. If you look at the Avengers poster, you notice how Scarlett Johansson is the only one with like her body is very
Yeah.
showing her butt, but all the Hulk, small Captain America is all muscular and about to fight. So for guys, it's always about being aggressive, being showing off those bulks. But for girls, you always have to be vulnerable, and that's a problem we have today because girls get this message that if they want to be valued, if they want to be liked, if they want to be famous, that's the kind of traits that I have to emphasize. Show my butt a bit, got those curves, wear some tight clothes, and it's kind of damaging because girls who are growing up today look at that and then they know that they can't reach that standard of beauty, and when they come to that, they don't really come to that acceptance. There's always that pursuit to look better, to have that great body, to have that fair skin, that perfect hair. But that anxiety that's caused from that chase.
Yes, how it affect girls.
Yeah, emotionally, especially.
Emotionally.
Yeah.
It's in fact it sounds like a personal issue, but this is a national issue as well because
It is a national issue because
yeah.
it is affecting girls in
Yes.
many ways. It's not just affecting young girls; it's also affecting women. I'm pretty sure, like we're not really teenagers. Teenagers like us.
fresh
Not
20s.
teenagers, though. I mean, like,
No, we're early 20s.
Young women like us,
Yeah.
young women like us get affected by it too. Because I've gone through a phase in life where I wanted to look so skinny, and I had an eating disorder. I was almost bulimic at one point, which is, I think,
And it's not just
Yes.
you. It's
I'm sure
I
many
think many
out
girls
there
facing the same thing. Yeah.
facing the
statistically.
same thing, and I'm pretty petite, and in my head I was thinking that, I need to be of a certain height in order for guys to like me. So I was hanging myself when I was young.
Yeah.
I mean, hanging myself on some bar.
Well, in my case, I prefer
'Cause
to
I
be
thought that was
smaller.
gonna-
So do you see
Smaller,
how-
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
She wants to be taller.
can
and I want to be
can I
smaller.
do I have some time to drop some data here?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
According to the report on the state of self-esteem, let's listen to this. 7 in 10 girls believe they are not good enough or do not measure up, quote unquote, do not measure up in some way. 98% of girls feel there is an immense pressure to look a certain way. So again, you guys are not alone. This is
Who's to blame?
Mm.
Who's to blame for putting that in our head to look in certain way?
And it also leads to depression, anxiety,
Yeah.
and
and
low
yeah,
self-esteem.
low self-esteem means a girl stops raising her hand in class, and that's when, if we want to talk about women's issues, women getting into top positions in the corporate or political
Yes.
world, then we need to talk
These
about
are the
why they stop
foundation
raising their
that we need
hands.
to address
Yeah.
first. Because low self-esteem, and when women start seeing themselves as self-objectification is very, very destructive. Because when you engage in self-objectification, you cannot get along with other women, and you start engaging in female competition. You start seeing another female as your competition rather than when
You
we
work
should be
together,
empowering
and
one
yeah.
another. We should be supporting and elevating one another, which is really detrimental to the society.
Also the fact that when you get a job or you get some certain promotions, you get things in your head like, do I really deserve this? Do I get this because of my capabilities, or do I get this because I'm a girl, I'm beautiful. Yeah, I'm girl, I'm beautiful. You know?
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
Guys. That happens.
So is it because I'm in this room just as a flower for you to look at? You know, that kind of thing?
Yes.
I don't have the answers.
We're looking at him, but we're not looking at answers actually. We're just saying.
Yeah.
We're just saying, like, you know, like the way
Okay, it is happening, yeah.
it is happening. Like, you know, sometimes, I mean, I experience this in workforce. I feel like sometimes, am I only here because I'm a girl? Because they think I'm like cute or something? I don't think I'm cute.
Really?
but-
I'm just kidding.
It's not because I think I'm cute, because like, I mean, there'll be people telling me like, oh, you can use your charm and like, you know, just charm
That's true,
them
that's true.
and you'll get your way in. And I really hate that, because I don't want people to think of me just because of how I look. I want people to start thinking about
Your
how I think, how I interact with people. the
your
way
what
I
you can
speak.
do, your intellectual
Yeah,
capacity.
my intellectual capacity.
So
my
this would,
ability.
so that would be the other kind of problem. But the other side, I would say, some girls who did not get their way because due to other girls who are better looking than them, they might feel like, oh, I'm not good enough because I don't look like her. You know?
Yeah.
So it also
And
affects
that's
them in a way.
dangerous,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they feel like, you know, something's wrong with me. Maybe I need to do something about my face, my body, and stuff like that. So there's
Coming
like,
back to the low self-esteem.
yeah.
Low self-esteem. No, and then it goes to very dangerous levels of suicidal thoughts. And then this has been on the rise since they, I mean, according to pediatrics, since when they released their research,
Forever.
November 2016, the prevalence of teens who have suicidal thoughts or health problems has jumped. Yeah, listen to this: 37% since they started recording in 2005. That's the
Wow.
37%. So it's
That's
getting
a
worse.
very worrying
Yeah.
It's worse than ever before.
It is.
I mean, it could be social media, it could be, you know, a lot of other things, but
But I would say now, even like with the social media, it's even worse, right? Because people have been showing lots of like different angles of beauty, and from girls in a young age, they start showing all these pictures of them, right, provocatively.
what is that whole trend of twerking and all?
Yeah.
Okay, let's stop at that.
All right.
Let's stop at there. Because
Twerking.
it's pretty interesting. I think it's going to be quite elaborative.
Yeah.
We're going to deep dive into that after this next song. We're playing a song from Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, Empire State of Mind. It's about the state of mind you're in. If you think of good things, then good things will happen to you, right? So let's listen to this song. Mysuara FM, Chitra Generasi Informative. We're back with our topic again. Beauty is at the eye of the beholder. Okay, now we're at the days of Instagram, I would say. And we're seeing more and more girls, young girls, posting very, very provocative pictures of themselves. Because of this, I'm not sure why they're doing it, but I feel like, you know, in these days of Instagram, a lot of young girls and women feels like attention is the holy grail of their existence, which is why they start craving for likes, for followers, when by right they should be hungry for success and excellence. Isn't that right, guys?
Yes.
Well, you know, that's the ideally one, but obviously people just kind of take the shortcut.
Because, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, you know, but it's a virtual fame. It's not.
It's not real?
You see, when you're Insta famous, it's not real. When you go out, people don't actually know you. But I think people do know you in a way.
And do they
But
know
then-
you for the right reason?
Yeah.
But do they know you for the right reason? Yes, that's correct. And Shamil,
Uh-oh.
who do you follow on Instagram?
I follow very respectable women who
Can I check? Let me check.
they're gonna log out right now. But
Can we chat? And who do you follow on Instagram? Because I mean, who you follow actually says a lot about yourself. Huh.
on top of my head, you know, like I said, I've been socialized to think that, you know, I need to get this entertainment from these women, funny looking women that just do funny things.
Funny looking
How about
woman.
you?
Funny-looking woman? What does it mean?
No,
That's a very
I'm not gonna answer that.
interesting
This
Funny
is
looking
very
woman?
personal, and you can stick to my data more.
But what do you think of these young girls posting very, very provocative pictures of themselves?
I think what they're looking for is like more validation, right?
Yes.
And it's like for each likes means that it's how they see how they see themselves. It's their worth. It's like sort of like oh, I worth more when more people like me.
Yeah.
But girls, you're not defined by the number of likes you have on social media. You're not defined.
Yeah,
by the
that's
number of
that's
followers
what
you
we
have on social
think.
media.
But the girls now they don't see that like that. Like okay, I personally think like even my Instagram, right? When I post pictures that's more serious,
Yeah.
I get less likes. When I post up the pictures of myself, I get more likes. Yeah, for me it's like, oh right, this picture you like, not the other picture which is more, So
I won't like your pictures anymore.
No. It's very, very influential. I mean, social media is very influential. We should use it as a force for good.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
We should use it to convey the right message. But then we're seeing more and more young entrepreneur. I mean, I'm not gonna name anyone, but then we're seeing more company. Like let's not name an individual, but we're seeing more and more company exploiting social media.
so in that
to
case, you can blame.
create this idea of perfection in females' head of how they should look like, of how they should act like. Who are they? Who are they to decide how you should be, what color you should be, right?
Oh yeah, again they're exploiting what we socially have accepted as ideal beauty, and they want to use that idea to kind of up their brand. Are we to blame advertisers? Yeah, they are contributing to the vicious cycle.
Yes.
But who really starts it? We as a society, kind of, I don't know, somewhere along the line, someone said, kita kena ada orang putih, cantik kena jadi macam orang putih. And
Yeah,
it
just
is,
like in
it is.
Malaysia where they actually
Kita kena hidung mancung.
they actually
Kita kena
prefer
muka
pan
macam-
Asian look, right? They prefer mixed
It's
look, like
Caucasian.
Caucasian,
It's always
yeah.
Caucasian.
So do you like Caucasian girls?
Why is it always personal?
I'm gonna go with personal. I mean, we're gonna make this a bit fun.
Okay,
Also,
alright,
very-
but-
this is so boring. They're talking about really intellectual stuff. I mean, this is the reality. This is what's happening. I mean, as a guy, what kind of a woman do you want to marry? What kind of a woman do you chase?
Oh yo, this is bahaya soalan.
And also here, actually, in the studio, I mean, we have Raja Azra, a fellow youth parliamentarian of mine. We can ask him what kind of woman would he like to marry? Woman, not women. Please.
Yes, please tell us.
Please come and tell us.
The safe answer would be, of
His
course,
girlfriend might be listening, so his answer is probably gonna be very,
yeah,
you know,
safe.
very safe answer.
I would say a very safe answer would be, of course, my fiancée lah.
What kind of a girl is she? I mean, what kind of beauty does she radiate?
I don't know. I mean, I would agree with the conversation that you guys had just now. I mean, beauty is very subjective in a way, and everyone has their own beauty and how you are attracted to the beauty of the individual itself. So someone might be attracted to this kind of personalities or.
What got you attracted to her?
Oh my god, it's kind of like
I told you, it's very dangerous.
very dangerous.
question.
No,
The same answer.
we need to ask guys, because in the end, guys will always somehow validate the girls, right? I mean,
Yeah, of course. I
the
mean-
girls will be like looking pretty because we want guys to look at us, right? I mean, some,
No, I don't want guys to
yeah,
but
but I mean, some
I
girls
get
they,
insecure when
yeah.
guys start looking at me.
But I mean, like, why do we look good for? Sometimes because, like someone like your fiance, like someone's wife, they want to look good because they want their husband to look at them, right? Or else they start looking at other girls,
Yeah.
prettier girls, right?
I mean, naturally lah.
Maybe next week for one's hot talk topic, he can talk about
Part two.
having. He can talk about polygamy. Okay,
Oh
just kidding.
no!
I mean, okay, naturally that I would agree. I mean, naturally people or man or woman will be attracted to something that is attractive, beauty.
Mhm.
But the point here is, beauty is very subjective
Yes.
to different person. So you might be attracted to someone that is, buff. Goes to gym. I mean, you spoke about it just now. Right? And then
We
Zazi
were talking
might
about abs and
yeah.
six packs.
might be attracted to someone a bit more. I don't know what type of guy that you are attracted
Okay,
to.
basically moral
it's
of the story.
Yeah.
Raja loves her I mean,
Yes,
his fiancée.
Thank you.
The way she is. The way she is.
The way she is.
The way she
Okay,
is.
I'm done, right?
She loves her beauty inside and out. So, yeah, we're a bit lost of words here. Okay, but anyway, okay, we're gonna start talking about like how this image of perfection that media creates actually harms us from having women in corporate and politics. What have you got to say about that, guys?
Well, I feel like girls, like those who think they're pretty, sometimes they feel like, oh, I should be in entertainment industry because I have looks.
Yeah.
I get more pay in entertainment industry. Whereas if you think about it, maybe if only they give some chance to politics or some other things besides entertainment,
We don't, yeah.
maybe they can tap something that is there.
From the start,
Right.
we don't really encourage girls
Yeah.
to, use
Look into what they have in their head.
So basically, it's about changing mindset and how
Yeah.
society perceives women.
Just
at
because
the end of the day.
because you look beautiful. Oh my God, I'm gonna go for beauty pageant. I'm beautiful. I should go for modeling. You know,
you can be
don't-
more than
It's
you
the
beauty,
marketing and stereotyping that I think have made us believe that girls are made of those pigtails, ribbons, dolls,
And it starts,
pink,
yeah.
and we like cupcakes. And it also gives that perception that all we should be as a woman is mother or
caretaker.
caretakers. Yeah.
So, yeah.
When it's actually wrong, you can be anyone you want to be. You can be anyone you want to be. You can be a veterinarian, you can be a pilot, or you can be anything in a male-dominated field. Who said you need to do feminine work?
Yeah.
Society.
Who,
Exactly. And that's the problem, because the minute a girl goes out of her house, the minute she wakes up, when she's driving down the road, she sees a billboard, she open to social media again, everything she sees tells her, if you want to be successful, you have to look like this, and it's all about looks.
Yes.
It's never about the intellect.
yes, exactly. When there's actually a lot more to a woman than just her look. There's a lot more to her than what meets the eyes. There's a way. There's her intellect. There's a way. The way she interact with other people. The way she treat her surrounding. The way she carry herself. There's a lot more to a girl, and I think we are at the age. Our generation are ready to juggle the demand of motherhood and career.
Yeah.
Who said we
cannot
who
do
said
both?
You can't be somebody
Yeah.
just because you're a mother. Because I think there's this perception also that, it's gonna be very troublesome to hire a female because she's gonna go on a maternity
leave,
when she gets married, and I don't think that's right. So what's wrong with us taking a maternity leave? I mean, we're not taking a maternity leave for a year. I think we are ready to juggle the demand of motherhood.
And is there really a figurehead? I mean, in your opinion, is there really a figurehead in Malaysia right now? Because
Yes.
this is where it's happening. If you look at the companies that sell cosmetics as beauty products, the rising industry is actually here in our region. Right now, it's a $15 billion industry, and it's expected to be in 2019 $19 billion. So it's on the rise. Is
It's
there,
the
but
beauty industry you're talking about, right?
right, the beauty industry, but is there really someone on the other side that can stand up and say, look, girls in Malaysia, girls in ASEAN, you find the way you look, just is your own born bred beauty.
Yes.
Don't think that you have to be this certain color.
When I release my beauty product, I'll do that.
but it's difficult, no? I mean, because it's already ingrained to lots of women from generations to generations, even since before.
Right.
So it's a bit. I mean, it's doable, but it's difficult to actually reach out to them and tell them, stop this.
Maybe you guys can be the next the movement. You guys start. No, it could be a women's march. You want to stand up and say, we had enough of this corporate messaging. We are to find the way we look. You don't have to look like
true.
this.
Yeah, but to be fair,
you should be comfortable in your own skin.
Exactly. To be fair, even Barbie dolls, they have
Yeah.
they produce the different shape and sizes. If I'm not mistaken, already, right? They don't have no longer the standard size of that
Yeah,
tiny
no longer
waist
standard,
and then
that idea of like whatever
the shape.
what do you call
Right.
it?
Yeah.
As curvy,
So it starts when you're very young. The
Yes.
minute you start holding a
I
doll.
remember growing up with that. Yeah.
So what's the way forward? How do we fix this?
How do we fix this?
As a society, because it's very damaging.
It's a society. It's a question of, back to what I said just now, it's a question of changing mindset and how society perceive women and how the media start portraying women. And we'll get back to that after the next song. We're going to listen to Icon. All our song is about beauty today and about mindset. It's about state of mind. So the next song is going to be Icon, Beautiful. Let's listen to it, guys. Fem Citra Generasi Informatif. We're back again, and now we're off to the last segment. We're gonna conclude what we've talked about earlier. Beauty is at the eye of the beholder. How we should. I mean, who are we to judge about someone else's beauty?
Yeah.
We shouldn't be deciding about someone else's beauty, right? But I mean, as a concluding statement, what would you say? What would you tell the girls out there?
Well, I would say that just be yourself. Don't let the media controls how you think about yourself. That's the most important thing. And just 2 months ago, I went for Women's Leadership Forum with British High Commission, and they actually celebrate all these successful women. And I believe that we are more than just what we show outside. We are more than what we appear to be. Okay, what's important is our inside, and as long as you're not fake and you'll always be real, then people can see you as you are. Because no matter how much makeup you put on, if you're not being yourself, people can see right through you. So I think for girls, we should maybe try to not let all this social media, these magazines, advertisement control your way of thinking, especially towards yourself. And not only that, you also take other people, like other girls, to celebrate your own beauty, your beauty in your own way.
Exactly.
Right. So like basically, I think we all should stop stop trashing each other, especially, right?
We
Like
should stop competing against
Yes,
one another. Healthy
exactly.
competition is good, but I think what we need to do more is we should be empowering one another rather than feel like we need to compete amongst
Yes.
us. Girls with voices should speak up and
Yes.
shout for girls whose cries fall silent.
all right.
And it's
Exactly.
really important for us to help one another, pull up each other, and help other women stand tall and strong.
Yes.
You
Like-
call
Be
for
great.
action.
Be great and inspire greatness in others, guys.
Yes. Agree.
And off to you,
So
Shafiqah.
I mean, I'm not in a position to advise other girls because I'm not a girl
No,
myself.
what are you
Tapi,
concluding?
tapi
We're not asking
I'm
for
gonna-
advice.
I
We're
mean-
asking for your concluding statement.
a lot of what you said was actually came up with Catherine Steiner. She's the leader of Full of Ourselves movement that kind of like you said, empowers women. But she's based in Massachusetts, US. So she lists out 6 points that actually mothers should try to encourage their
Interesting.
encourage on their younger daughters. So number 1, make your daughters media literate, like you said. When they're watching ads, make them question. Look, do you really accept what the message that they are bringing here? Number 2, and I quite agree with this one. Number 2, have your daughter join team sports, because when they join team sports, they're more likely to work with other girls to find value.
And this will instill
with-
cooperation
yeah,
with them,
cooperation,
right?
and
And
then
then with other people as well.
as opposed to looking for other boys for validation. Number 3, don't raise her as a pleaser. Encourage her to get what you want, to study the way you study. Number 4, direct your praise away from appearance. So as a mother, when you compliment your daughter, compliment her on what she has done, maybe
Rather than
her
she
test
looks
results,
well.
rather than how she looks
Yeah.
going into school.
Yeah.
Number 5, build her skills that are independent of appearance. So, if she's a master of chess or a mathematician, encourage her in that, rather than always pressuring her on her looks and her hair and everything. And number 6, and I think we can all agree on this: don't trash talk other women
Yeah.
in the house, especially boys too in the household.
Don't let the boys especially I noticed there are boys who actually criticize girls when they don't look how they want them to look, right?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
whole topic of calling a girl, can I say it on the air?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, please.
W,
W?
a whore,
all right, yeah, name calling,
Yeah.
name calling,
So-
body shaming, all that. It's terrible.
That's terrible. We shouldn't be doing that to one another. Seriously, guys.
Yeah.
And it's really important for you to be comfortable in your own skin. I mean, it's okay to look presentable, but don't get excessively
Yes.
obsessed with with the image of perfection.
You're more than what you look.
You're more than what you
Yes.
look.
Yeah.
Beauty and brain. Beauty with brain. What
Yeah.
am I saying? Really, you really need to learn to love your imperfection and appreciate your perfection. Because that's what really matters at the end of the day. When you learn to love yourself, when you learn to love your weaknesses, when you know your flaws, no one can ridicule you,
Yeah.
and no one can ever bring you down. And it's really okay for you to look presentable, because I mean, I myself want to look presentable all the time.
I mean, we wouldn't caught walking with pajamas going to a meeting, right?
Yeah, I want to have good hair day every day, right? And I think it's all about making the right choices about what we feed our mind,
The
what we
balance,
feed our body, what
Yeah.
we feed our skin. It's all about the balance. We should feed our skin, our mind, our body with a lot of good food, with waters,
Fresh
waters
juice.
and positive thoughts. Yeah, fresh juice. Looks like I'm an advocate of, like, healthy living. And
No,
things
it's
like
true,
that.
But that's true. But that's
But
true.
that's
Yeah.
true. It's about
Yeah.
making the right choices. When you feel good about your own body, you shouldn't think of your body as a project that constantly need to be improved.
That defines the way you live and
Yeah.
your future.
It
Be-
doesn't
because there are
define.
some girls who actually take all these supplements that we don't know how what is inside there, and they put it in your body, and God knows what happens after that.
Exactly, and it's really, really dangerous. Like, God knows what's inside those beauty
Supplements, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it even
It's
certified?
okay to take it, but make sure it's medically certified.
Certified,
It's
yeah.
medically safe.
Or just go old school and just work out.
Yeah, just go old school and work out. Eat a lot of fruits and vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
It'll go a long way. Seriously, guys. I think that's all we need. I think that's all we have for today. Thank you guys for tuning in to Mysuara FM. Thank you guys for listening. I'm sorry for any weaknesses. I'm still new. Next week, Ridwan will be back. I'm not sure what his topics are. Probably, I mean, there's only going to be one topic, no topics are. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys. Let's listen to the next song. It's by James Blunt. You're beautiful. Remember, you're beautiful in your own way. You can achieve whatever you want, whatever you put your mind into, and believe that you are more than what you look. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.